the schools, they closed the restaurants, and right now, in many parts of the nation, we are in quarantine. And it's a very uncertain time for a lot of people. It's a stressful time. People who were planning to travel now have to stay home. A lot of people have lost jobs. A lot of businesses have had to close down. It's a hard time for a lot of people. There's panic, there's fear, there's uncertainty, and there are more questions than we have answers. Every day things are changing in our marketplace, in our home, and with concerns primarily to our health. We have been asked to stay home because coronavirus can transfer from person to person. It is for our safety. To be told that you cannot do something is hard, but it's for the well-being of people. When I first heard about the disease, I said, you know what? I'm healthy, I'm gonna be okay. But when you enter into the perspective of thinking about your fellow human and would they be okay, then you look at things differently. We have a lot of questions. You have a lot of questions. When we get updates from the city, you don't have all the answers. Our leaders are still looking to find those answers, and they're working as hard as they can. But that still leaves you and me with questions about what's going to happen with our financial security. Day by day, we need to take this. It's not easy. We're been told by our local government, some of us, and our national governments for others, that we will be supported, that they are aware that this is a challenging time for all of us. Now, regardless of what happens, because we don't know what will happen exactly, everyone is just doing the best that they can. The real answers we need to know is, 1, what does this mean for me? What does this situation mean for me? Is there a project or dream that I've put on hold? Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to write that book. Had I left my family alone too much and was working way too hard? Maybe it's time to now look at your kids and enjoy the meals you have with them and be okay with them not doing all their schoolwork and yes, spending maybe a little extra time on the iPad or the TV. We all know that less screen time is better, but at the end of the day, is what are we here to learn from this? What are you here to learn from it? What's the meaning? We all have meaning. There is a reason why this is not a national or country problem. It is a global problem. As humanity, we have been challenged with many things going on in different countries. You know, from complete economies collapsing in countries. And without getting into any political aspects, because everybody has a different perspective, a reality is that as humanity, we are being called to do something greater together, not to be divisive or individualistic. We are truly in this together. The next question that we can answer is, the next question we can answer about the coronavirus is, how can we help humanity? There are a lot of questions. Too many questions, like, where did the coronavirus start? I mean, we hear that it started in a certain country, in a certain market. when did they know? How come they didn't tell us any sooner? What's gonna happen to my job? Like, we have so many questions, like, is my kid gonna get a grade? You know, when are they going back to school? What is the meaning of this for you? What is the meaning of this for you? This is a global problem, but we are all going through it individually. What meaning can you take from this? You can choose to be angry and upset, and it's perfectly okay. But if you want to come out and come out strong, I'd follow this advice. Viktor Frankl wrote a book called A Man's Search for Meaning. He was a psychotherapist. He was taken from his home in Vienna and sent to the concentration camps in the Second World War. He entered with his clothes and his things. And when he got in, he was asked to remove everything. So everything he had was taken. No more psychotherapy. His profession was gone. His family was gone. He lost his dad and his mom in the concentration camps. And after all was taken, he still said this one thing. A man can be taken everything, but he cannot be taken his attitude and his own way. What is that? What attitude do you decide to have in front of this situation? What is going to be your own way? How are you going to create your way regardless of the circumstances? Your circumstances never decide your outcome. It is always you. Humanity is strong. Humanity is brave. Humanity is kind, compassionate, and caring. It is not selfish. It is not hoarding. Humanity is all of us. You have a reason why you're here. There's a meaning to this. Keep searching, keep asking. The answer is there. Whether you believe in God, the universe, or you have your prayers, keep asking because the answer is there. All you have to do is keep asking. You don't have to go to a scientist. The answers are already inside of you. This is something that Dr. Wayne Dyer would say all the time. You already have everything you need. It's nothing on the outside. It's not your paycheck. It's not your house. It's you. You have it already. And the second question we're called to ask in this time where we have a global problem. We don't have a city problem or a state problem or a country problem. You have and we have a global problem. There is a reason why we are facing this global challenge. We've been challenged in the past with certain things happening in certain countries where economies have tumbled. Although this is not easy, I am grateful that as a humanity, we're being called to ask, how can I serve others? You have special gifts and talents, and they weren't just called to be there to make you money. They were called to be there also to be of service. Or maybe for you, you're being called to do something different. So take this experience and this opportunity to ask, how can I serve? Leadership is not reserved for the very few. Leadership is for each of us, all of us, we're all called to lead in different ways. You are the answer to the coronavirus. Stay safe, stay inside, but most of all, dig deep inside your soul and heart. Get the meaning for what it is that you're called to do and how you're called to serve others. And remember, you are the answer. You are the leader. You're called to do good. We're gonna be okay. Let's stay positive and let's take everything day by day. Lots of love. My name is Tanya. Thank you so much for watching and thank you for sharing. Take care.